The legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has taken a surprising turn, and new details are coming to light that could potentially damage Blake's case. As the lawsuit continues, Blake's lawyer is not just relying on evidence, but has found a loophole that might have been triggered by something Ryan Reynolds did. His actions might have unintentionally given Justin an advantage, and now things are looking much more complicated for Blake. The situation between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni began months ago and has since shifted, with public opinion swinging back and forth as new allegations continue to emerge. It all started when old videos of Blake resurfaced, showing her being rude to colleagues and people she had worked with. These clips made their way across the internet, and people quickly began to question her behavior. Blake was held responsible for any issues that might have arisen between her and Justin, particularly since Justin is known for being relatively easygoing and without drama. For a while, it seemed like the situation might have settled down, but everything changed when Blake dropped some shocking new accusations about Justin. The New York Times published an in-depth article that claimed Justin had hired a crisis manager to handle the situation and bury Blake's accusations. Furthermore, it was reported that Justin had paid publicists to start a smear campaign against Blake, using private chat screenshots that were later shown to be misinterpreted. As the case unfolded, it became even more complicated when Blake accused Justin of misconducting during the filming of It Ends With Us. However, new evidence has cast doubt on some of the details reported by the New York Times, suggesting that things may not have happened the way they were initially described. To add to the drama, Ryan Reynolds, another major figure involved in this whole ordeal, has somehow ended up indirectly assisting Justin's case. Fans have been trying to piece together the various connections between the key players in the controversy, particularly focusing on the two stars of It Ends With Us. Many of the allegations appear to have started during the filming of the movie, which coincided with the filming of Deadpool 3, one of the biggest films of 2024. While Deadpool 3 has been generating buzz, it's not for the reasons fans expected. A character in the film, Nice Pool, played by Ryan Reynolds, has been speculated to be a parody of Justin Baldoni. Fans pointed out that Nice Pool's hairstyle, a man bun, closely resembled the one Justin wore for years before cutting it in 2023 to donate his hair to children who had lost theirs for medical reasons. But the comparisons don't stop at the hair. In one of Deadpool 3's scenes, Nice Pool makes a comment about Lady Pool, a character played by Blake Lively. He jokes about Lady Pool having recently had a baby, which is a real-life event that Blake had experienced in 2023, around the same time the two films were being shot. This moment became part of Blake's accusations, where she claimed that Justin had come into her trailer while she was breastfeeding, exposing her. It gets even more complicated as Nice Pool, played by Ryan Reynolds, is later seen criticizing Lady Pool's body. This is seen as a possible reference to Blake's own claim that Justin body-shamed her while she was on set just after having had a baby. The connections between the movie and the real-life situation don't end there. Another issue that emerged from the filming of It Ends With Us was Blake's request for an intimacy coordinator on set. She felt uncomfortable filming intimate scenes with Justin and insisted on having someone there to ensure her safety and comfort. However, new evidence has shown that Blake's reluctance to work with the intimacy coordinator might have been a tactic to shift blame onto Justin. In fact, receipts and chat logs revealed that an intimacy coordinator was always present on set, and it was actually Blake who was reluctant to engage with the coordinator's services. Meanwhile, in Deadpool 3, a joke is made about the lack of an intimacy coordinator, with Nice Pool sarcastically asking, "Where in God's name is the intimacy coordinator?" This joke became even more significant because Justin Baldoni is known for co-hosting a podcast called Man Enough, where he discusses masculinity and often speaks out in support of women's stories and experiences. So back to the interview with Nicepool. Given this background, Nicepool's comment felt like a direct jab at Justin, mocking his public image and values. Many people believe Ryan Reynolds was using the film to take aim at Justin in a subtle but very clear way. While this has certainly made the case more interesting and complicated, it has also raised questions about the serious nature of Blake's lawsuit. If Blake's accusations are true, and the details of her experience on set are as serious and alarming as they seem, why would Ryan Reynolds make light of such a sensitive issue in his film? The fact that a major production like Deadpool 3 would include these references without considering the potential implications is raising eyebrows. Blake and Ryan have both been known for their sense of humor, and they often joke around about their marriage and public lives. However, mocking such serious allegations in a movie is raising doubts about the respect given to the situation. As the legal battle progresses, these new developments are only adding fuel to the fire. If Ryan Reynolds is indeed mocking Justin through his portrayal of Nicepool, this could significantly harm Blake's case. It's becoming increasingly difficult to tell where the truth lies, and it's clear that the situation is far more complex than it originally seemed. With every new piece of information, the case grows more intense, and the public's perception of the parties involved continues to shift. What I make of that is that if your wife is harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation. You take it very seriously. You file HR complaints, you raise the issue, and you follow the legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke. It's pretty obvious what's being done. The situation involving Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively is getting more complicated, with new details emerging that could potentially harm Blake's case. In a shocking turn of events, it seems that certain actions by Justin might completely undermine the accusations against him. One of the key points in the drama involves claims that Justin body-shamed Blake. These accusations started when Justin asked about Blake's weight because he needed to lift her for a scene. He was concerned about his back issues, which have led to multiple surgeries over the years. Ryan Reynolds, who was on set, reportedly got upset with Justin for making such comments, telling him not to fat-shame his wife. This conversation was said to be intense, with Justin apologizing repeatedly to avoid angering Blake and Ryan. The situation becomes even more puzzling when we consider why the issue became a source of humor in the film Deadpool 3. After Ryan scolded Justin for his comment, it was strange that the same topic was reenacted in the movie by Ryan's character, Nicepool. Ryan's character made light of a situation that was clearly serious, and this raises questions about how these events are being portrayed. Justin's lawyer has pointed out that these comments by Nicepool could be a significant part of Blake's lawsuit, as they seem to reflect real-life events involving Justin. This could ultimately weaken Blake's case, especially if the trial moves forward. It's important to note that these speculations about Ryan's character in Deadpool 3 were not just started by fans. Justin's legal team is actively looking into how Ryan's comments and actions might affect the lawsuit. With many of these accusations, including the body-shaming claims, being called into question, it's clear that the situation is becoming more complicated as time goes on. The timeline of events is another aspect that adds to the confusion. Both It Ends With Us and Deadpool 3 are releasing close to each other, which some fans believed was a calculated move by Blake and Ryan to make history together. They were hoping to be the first Hollywood couple to have two successful films out at the same time, much like Bruce Willis and Demi Moore did in 1990. However, things behind the scenes were much more tense than what appeared in the public eye. Blake has taken on an unusually large role in the making of It Ends With Us. In addition to acting, she reportedly became involved in many other aspects of the film, including taking over as the intimacy coordinator, a role that was already filled by a professional. Blake also took on responsibilities as a costume designer, writer, and even helped with editing and music selection. Many people who worked on the film have confirmed her hands-on approach. This has led to suspicions that Blake wanted to control the direction of the film, which could explain why she pushed for a release date that coincided with Deadpool 3. Things became even more complicated when Ryan Reynolds reportedly tried to buy Justin out of the film. According to a close source, Ryan wanted Justin to step away so that Blake could take the lead in the sequel, ensuring she wouldn't have to compete with Justin over control. Justin declined the offer, and this only intensified the tension on set. Ryan's attempts to secure a dominant role for Blake in the film were clear, and now these actions are coming back to haunt them. Justin, meanwhile, was left feeling undermined and marginalized, despite being the person who started the project and hired Blake for the role. Justin believed that, on set, it became increasingly obvious that Blake and Ryan were working together to take control of the film, which led to more tension between them and Justin. When the promotional campaign for It Ends With Us began, it became apparent that Blake and Ryan were more involved than Justin. In one viral promotional clip, Ryan made a funny appearance with Brandon Senar and Hugh Jackman, both of whom are from the Deadpool universe. This was seen as another way of Ryan promoting his own work while distancing himself from Justin. Meanwhile, Justin was left promoting the film on his own, with the rest of the cast seemingly separate from him. Things escalated when Blake reportedly demanded that Justin be excluded from press tours, making it clear that she didn't want him involved in any of the promotional activities. On top of this, Blake allegedly requested that Justin be kept away from her during the film's premiere. He was only allowed to attend after significant pressure, and even then he and his family had to watch the film in a separate theater, hidden away in the basement. This treatment of Justin further fueled suspicions that something serious was going on behind the scenes. As more details come out, it becomes clear that the situation was far from simple. Blake's actions, combined with Ryan's involvement in the promotional materials for It Ends With Us, are now being questioned in light of the lawsuit. The treatment of Justin on set, the public distancing from him, and Ryan's mocking portrayal of Justin in Deadpool 3 are all points that could potentially harm Blake's case. It's becoming increasingly difficult to believe that the accusations against Justin were entirely accurate, especially with the way Blake and Ryan are handling the situation now. And the more Blake and Ryan are handling the real consequences for Blake, and the more Blake and Ryan are handling the real consequences for Blake, and the more Blake and Ryan are handling the situation now. In conclusion, what started as a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni has turned into a tangled web of accusations, actions, and counteractions. The more that comes to light, the more unclear it becomes who is truly in the right. Blake's legal team will have to deal with these new complications, especially as Ryan's portrayal of Justin in Deadpool 3 continues to spark controversy. As this case moves forward, it's clear that the drama behind the scenes of It Ends With Us is far from over.